The fuck popping YouTube? It's your motherfucking boy. It's man, on your TV screen, iPad, iPhone, MacBook, man. I'm on all that shit, man. How y'all niggas feeling? How y'all coming, man? I hope y'all been taking care of y'all self, man. I hope y'all been speaking highly of y'all self. Cause speaking highly of yourself, that's self-empowerment. And self-empowerment, that shit brings in motivation every single time. You should already know that. But like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. My voice a little fucked up from the pollen and shit, but it's straight. But look though, nigga, we did make it to another 2 years. We made it to the second year. I mean, damn, next year will be the third. But and everybody who stayed since last year and from the beginning, salute to y'all, cause y'all the realest. Like, nigga, y'all seen me come on this bitch from one point in time, like, to where, like, nigga, it was every single day to where, like, I'm still consistent now, but it's like, I don't really be uploading videos for real, like, every 5 days like I used to. And, like, nigga, I was doing that the whole year. So, like, I know I could do it again, but it's like, I be using different strategies and shit like that, you get what I'm saying? So, it's like, even when they come to you, though, like, it might be, like, different shit, like, that come along the way. Like, you gotta make detours and shit like that when you going, like, I'm gonna use that for example, like, when you going out of town or some shit, it's like roadblocks and all this type of shit in the way. You gotta make detours and shit like that. But you get what I'm saying? Like, shit like that ain't made to make you break down or some shit. You feel what I'm saying? And what I mean is a detour is like, that's a depiction of like shit that's happening to you, like circumstances and situations that's just happening in your reality and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? But like, all that shit is really to make you on some shit and not even break you. You get what I'm saying? You gotta stay with me though. You get what I'm saying? Damn, I had to talk like that, nigga, running out of breath and all type of shit. But for real though, like, it's like gonna be a lot of like detours you might gotta make, but it's like, fool, you gotta still keep that same strategy and technique you was using like a whole 2 quarters ago. You get what I'm saying? So like, you can't just like have one fucked up play and then just change your whole strategy and technique and shit like that. Cause now, like, you can't even rely on the resource that was gonna get you and put you into position to where the fuck you needed to be. But then you let one little circumstance fuck over you. You know, even though that shit was temporary and you could easily get over that shit, you just let that shit fuck over you because you too caught up on the past and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, fuck that shit. Because, like, when it comes to shit you gonna have to do is, like, not saying they losses or failures or shit like that, but it's like, change your perspective into it being lessons and shit instead of, like, you falling down. You get what I'm saying? Like, cause that ain't what that is. Like, I guarantee you, if you go do some new shit right now, you gonna fall a lot of times, maybe. But you still eventually gonna be able to know how to do that shit at the end. Like, could you learn from you failing and falling down and shit, but that ain't discourage you. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that ain't slow you down, especially if, like, it's something that you really see for yourself. Like, damn, this is something I know I want to do. You get what I'm saying? But it's like people who know what they feel like is for them, no matter what the fuck coming along their way that they gotta face to see if this is what they really want for themselves. You get what I'm saying? They gonna face that shit and they gonna overcome that shit because that's what they want for themselves. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, that's how I be feeling too though. Like, I can't let nothing stop me or like let no shit take over or what I got going on. Cause like, especially if you been started too, like, if you started a while ago, nigga, you already in this shit. Your ass already took the O for all type of shit. Like, that shit over with. Now you gotta stay committed. Like, that's a priority. For real. Like, all you gotta do is just stay committed. Like, that shit, like, real life, everyday shit. But it's like, when they come to your creativity and shit like that, it's like, I feel like if people was to more discover that shit and introduce themselves to what the fuck they know they got inside of them, like, everybody will be just happy on some shit. Like, everybody will be comfortable with living and shit like that. Like, I'd say, like, reality would be more worth living on some shit. Because, like, everybody doing what they love on some shit. You get what I'm saying? So it's not, like, shit forced upon them or some shit like that. But, like, it's just the way reality is, bro. Everybody feel like, I say, like, from their past traumas, they feel like inadequate to, like, their talents, like they can't get it done or something just based off of past trauma on some shit. But that's just past trauma. You just let that shit go. Like, none of that shit really mattered today. And today time, you can't see that shit benefiting you. And, like, when you real life dissect that shit, like, that's what you feel like is holding you back. You just look at that shit like, what the fuck is that shit doing for me? Even when you look around at the people you around, like, what the fuck is they doing for me? You get what I'm saying? Like, some people you just can't have around you. And the world of real life show you that through tests and lessons and all other shit, and even through other people. Like, you just gotta be aware of that shit. Like, cause one day they could fuck up something you got going on, and the universe told your ass, yo, dumb ass, you should have been on point. Even I told your ass you should have been on point. Nigga, I made the video. You get what I'm saying? So don't say a nigga ain't remind you of none of that. You get what I'm saying? Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. For real though. But yeah, but my voice is a little fucked up, but it's straight though. I'm back on this bitch. I already know, man. It's your boy. It's motherfucking 5, man. On your TV screen, iPad, iPhone, MacBook, man. I'm on all that shit, nigga. Man, we in a whole new motherfucking year. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm still pulling tricks out the bag, all type of shit, man. You get what I'm saying? That's my shit. That's how you should feel about yourself and your art and your creativity. What the fuck you obtain of. You get what I'm saying? But I know this shit ain't never stopping. You know, we going a long way with this shit. But y'all niggas stay up there on the phone, y'all.